Deflected, no! Rebound! Score!
The handball shot! Off the post, score!
First right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First right kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, Throws it back in the end zone. Intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post. Score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot. Score! Cornell down the field. End zone. That is a touchdown!
In and the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone. Intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires. Deflected. No. Rebound. Score!
The handball shot off the post. Score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot. Score! Cornell down the field. End zone. That is a touchdown!
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Fans Only Sports Network's live coverage of Division I hockey here in the state of Rhode Island. Tonight's matchup, a non-league matchup between the LaSalle Academy Rams and the Xavier High School Falcons. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Chris Heatu, bringing you inside the ice rink here tonight to give you all the plays from tonight's matchup, once again between the LaSalle Academy Rams and the Xavier High School Falcons. So, the Rams, last time we all tuned in, or at least those of you who are LaSalle fans tuned in, this team went down to New Jersey on Monday. We were able to cover their outdoor winter classic against Christian Brothers Academy, one of the top teams in New Jersey. We've seen them play St. John's Prep, the Division I state champions of Massachusetts last year. Now they go up against Xavier High School, one of the top teams in the state of Connecticut. So we go from Massachusetts to New Jersey, and now the bordering state between Connecticut and Rhode Island. So both teams have concluded their warm-ups. We're just moments away from hearing tonight's starting lineups for either side. We're very excited to get you into the matchup. And of course, this is the midway point of the season as of this point. A month from now, we will have a very clear idea of what the postseason will look like here in the state of Rhode Island for Division I hockey. Of course, tonight's matchup will mean nothing in terms of the league standings. It will in terms of overall. LaSalle has not been able to defeat any out-of-state teams so far, and we'll see if they'll be able to do it tonight. But of course, as we mentioned, this is just a game that this team can really try and figure itself out. Last two games they played against out-of-state teams were all blowouts. Only one goal scored by LaSalle in these matchups. However, this is a very talented squad, so we expect them to bring some rumble to the table. And so we'll take a turn over to the right-hand side to check out our Xavier High School Falcons as they announce their starting lineups. First two players called, Jack Purpuro, and then, of course, Ryan Girardi. And then the 3 of Aiden Patton. And then the 6 of Michael Backus. And then number 16, Alex Rodriguez. And your man in the net tonight, number 31, Brett Pattison. And now we'll direct our attention to the left-hand side and give you the starting lineup tonight for the LaSalle Academy Rams. Number 9, Mark Frateschi. Number 7, Drew Bradley. We did not see him appear in last week's game. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for the delay. We are back in action here from Smithfield Municipal Ice Rink. Once again, between the LaSalle Academy Rams and the Xavier High School Falcons. As the puck's dumped into the Xavier side of the ice, he'll be met right away by the 13 of Ben Riscati at center. It'll go all the way back to the LaSalle side of the ice, and the first to meet it there is the 23 of Jordan McIntyre. Trying to send it up to center. The Falcons keep it in the zone. Bogosian behind the back, that time to the 19 of Seamus Murphy. And it's dumped back in. Bogosian behind the cage, trying to play some keep away, and poked back in. McIntyre to come up with it as it's patrolled up to center ice. The dump in. That time Pattinson couldn't stop it as it came out of the net, and it will stay in the zone as it's poked in. Sent back down ice that time by the 2 of Vinny Healy. Here, Tomka trying to gain possession. He gives it off that time to Murphy. Murphy over to Pacheco, back to Murphy. Murphy to Garfalo at the point. That time over to Ferteschi, who sends it down, and it's blocked by the defender. Ferteschi, he keeps it in the zone. It wraps around back over to the 18 of Pacheco. A chance right in front, and Pattinson makes a tough stop. And 12:20 to go here in the first period. Still scoreless. We'll give you the word from tonight's game sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Joseph Lammy, 696 Reservoir Ave in Cranston, Rhode Island. For a free consultation and information, visit josephlammy.com. Joseph Lammy, attorney at law. And finally, by our elite recruits with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For high school athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by going to RR Elite Recruits. Visit www.rreliterecruits.com to sign for more information. Taken away at center ice. It's a one-on-one opportunity right here. Trying to maneuver the puck that time is the 6 of Tucker Corby, and it comes back in, and we get a whistle. That'll stop play with 11:59 to go. So in net tonight for the LaSalle Rams is the 1 of Ian Pomfret. We saw Pomfret play earlier this week on Monday as LaSalle took on Christian Brothers Academy in New Jersey. So you get the bordering state of Massachusetts and Connecticut. All of their top teams have now played the LaSalle Rams. And, of course, Connecticut, this one's underway. And we'll see if LaSalle can pull off a win against an out-of-state school. The Falcons take it behind the net as it shuffled behind the back that time. And it'll come back down at the top of the zone. Garfalo, this one scampering behind the defenders. It goes behind the cage of Pattinson. And now that time, the 6 of Michael Bacchus will send it the other way, and we'll get a stoppage of play as icing is the call on a floor with 11:36 to go. A lot of great matchups from this weekend, and of course a lot of great matchups to come. We're in the thick of things, folks. As we said, the season is a month away from potential seeding positioning here in Division I hockey in the state of Rhode Island, so a lot to really look at. Barbosa, he gives it up top that time to the 5 of Mora, sends it to the far corner. Martinelli, excuse me. And trying to get behind there is the 8 of Peterson, but it will come back up. The feed to center, and a little bit of tangling up at center ice. Martinelli, he'll get it up to Bradley. Andrew Bradley, Big Tree Bradley for that matter. Barbosa trying to get ahead, and it's deflected off the glass by the defense as Mora sends it in. Propora feeds it up to the 7 that time of Chris Fox, and it's dumped up to center. McIntyre with the dump in. It goes back to McIntyre. And we get a whistle. Offside's the call on the floor. Of course, we'll get a quick 2 to 3, we'll say 5-minute break in between the first and second period. But then between the second and third and that second period intermission, the Zamboni will come out and resurface the ice. So we'll take a much longer break at that time. But don't go anywhere to continue watching live coverage of this one. This one sent up that time to Robert Natali. Natali takes a chance right into the chest of Pattinson. Hard wrister coming at Pattinson, and he was able to catch that one right in the stomach. Off the face-off. McIntyre. Ooh, this bounces off the defender right in front. Bogosian gets possession, and he'll dump it in. Pattinson. He'll give it off that time to Carabetta. Wrapped around over that time for Mansk. And there to meet is Rascati on the near side. Natali trying to play to its advantage as McIntyre dumps it in. A shot taken in by Baxter. Baxter trying to gain possession of the puck. Natali giving him some help to Baxter. Baxter wrapping it around to Bogosian at the top of the zone. Bogosian to McIntyre. Little lane, he'll take a shot. And that time Bradley was waiting for the puck to come down or potentially deflect it, or excuse me, that was Tasca. He was unable to do so. This one sent away off the near side. McIntyre. The feed up ice as Bogosian tips it in. Ouellette. JB Ouellette up to center. Bogosian. He'll send it back into the zone. Chasing it down now is Ouellette. Ouellette gave the pass off cleanly that time to the 9 of Liam Spring. And Patton trying to get it up to Bacchus. And it's dumped back in by LaSalle. In that near corner. Ooh, a near body check that time. Could have been a nice one from Pacheco. And taking it up here is Aiden Patton. Patton has the 16 of Alex Rodriguez to shadow, and Pomfret will make the save with 9 solid minutes to go here in the first period. A lot of chances taken. LaSalle in the last few minutes had a lot of chances in the Falcons side of the ice. In that near corner. Wrapped around the back. And it'll come back up to center. It looked like that time Murphy couldn't find the location of the puck. And Pattinson will give it off. And it's taken away once again. Pacheco trying to make a chance as he has the 20 of Ryan Girardi on his tail. And the Falcons get it back up to center. Montesanto had it taken away as Purpuro up to center. And now giving off that time to Spring. Spring trying to feed it in front of the net of Pomfret. And that time LaSalle comes up with it. Frateschi taking it into the zone. The feed right there to Tomka. And a save that time. That time Tucker Colbury tried to make something happen there. But the puck stays in play. A feed up to center, and it goes out of the reach that time of Sadak. And it looks like we'll have a stoppage of play as they're going to send the 10 of Bowden Tomka to the box. So the Falcons are going to get the first power play of the game. And so Tomka charged with the minor. Be sure to call that as soon as we get it. At the top shelf. It's poked back up to near center, but the Falcons keep it in. Trying to find the opening. As that time, Pratosh trying to find it into the slot. Some good poke checks there. And the Rams will take it back up to center. Marciello Martinelli taking it across the ice, trying to get a chance. This one going a little wide to the right. Mora there to assist, and the Rams keep it out of their end. Under a minute and 30 now on the power play. And the Falcons will get an offsides call with 1:24 to go on the power play. They haven't been able to produce any shots on net so far. The Rams PK unit has done a stellar job of keeping the puck out of the zone, but here's a good chance for them to get started. Fox trying to tread in, and that one coming right off of Pomfret. The 3 of Aiden Patton tried to take a chance. Pacheco, and now Martinelli, and Martinelli will clear this puck cleanly. A minute to go on the power play, and Pacheco coming up with the possession, and we got ourselves a penalty going to be called against the Falcons. We're going to get a trip. This one charged to the 6, Michael Bacchus. He'll hit the box now for his own 2 minutes. 56 seconds to go on the penalty. And 6:46 to go in regulation, but 2 minutes charged to the Falcons, so they'll go on the PK. It'll be a 4-on-4 for the next 56 seconds. And so we'll face off in the Falcons side of the ice. The Falcons end up taking away this puck, and they'll poke it around that time. Sadak getting a little tied up there. No call from the refs. Up through center that time, and it's dumped in from Baxter. Barbosa, he'll feed it behind the back, trying to poke it back up to Ferteschi, but some trouble down there on the near side. Ferteschi, he'll give it off that time. Garfalo, it's knocked off of the 20 of Ryan Girardi, and the Falcons clear this puck back to center ice. Taken away there. A good feed that time over to Barbosa. Barbosa taking a chance and deflects off. Baxter was in the vicinity. 15 seconds to go on the penalty against LaSalle. Here comes Mark Sadak as he's pushed away on the check. Garfalo to take it away here. So the first penalty comes to an end, and now LaSalle goes on the power play for the next minute. Garfalo with a nice little move. Barbosa was in the vicinity, but you got to give credit to Brett Pattinson in the goal. And we got another, no penalty to be called there. The arm was up. So the PK does its job. Under 45 seconds now for Teschi. It's poked up ahead of Bradley, and now they're going to have to chase it down. Luke Carabetta trying to get ahead of it, and the Rams give it away. Bradley trying to find the hole. He takes a chance. Martinelli. It wraps around the back as Peterson tries to chase it down. Ferteschi will stop it, but it's poked out of the zone by Aiden Patton. At center, Peterson. Taking it up ice, Bradley. Bradley with under 20 seconds to go, and he's being pushed into his own defender as it's dumped in. Carabetta, the first to make contact, and he clears it back to center. Garfalo feeding it over to Marciello Martinelli. And it'll go up to Bradley as this penalty comes to an end. Bradley gets a little tangled up, and now taking it away is Riscotti. The Falcons back to full strength with not much time left to go in this first. Chance, a shot. Pomfret with this glove save. Aiden Patton taking a nice little wrister opportunity, and Pomfret makes the stop. And now we'll face off with 4:33 to go. At the top shelf, a little bit of a check, and now Natali will take it up for the Rams. He has Tasca shadowing his left. That shot a little high over the top. Bogosian sends it down. And fed over to the near side from Spring. Trying to take the puck away. The Falcons struggling to get this one out of their own end, and here comes Alex Rodriguez. Getting a little tied up there by the LaSalle defenders, but this puck stays back to center. Cam Tasca. Tasca trying to maneuver into the slot. This one came down hard. Natali pokes it back up for McIntyre, who stops it before it comes in. A chance, trying to wrap around to the back door. McIntyre, and we'll get a stoppage of play. And we'll face off as the net came off the moorings. Let's get another word from today's game sponsors. Today's game is brought to you in part by Joseph Lammy, 696 Reservoir Ave in Cranston, Rhode Island. For consultation and information, visit josephlammy.com. Joseph Lammy, attorney at law. And then by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For high school athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by going to RR Elite Recruits. Visit www.rreliterecruits.com to sign for more information. In that far corner, Healy and Pacheco. Pacheco up to Martinelli. Martinelli, a hard slap shot, bounces off of Pattinson. They'll try again, and the Falcons swarm it quickly. Murphy trying to get ahead of it. Seamus Murphy has a couple of Falcons behind him. Pacheco trying to find the back door, and it'll be taken away. Up at center that time, the 18 of Donovan Burke. Wraps around Pomfret, and sent back the other way that time. And on the near side, he'll go all the way up to center. A great opportunity here for Seamus Murphy to get set for Healy, and the defense swarms it quickly. Pacheco trying to get it to Healy, and the referee instead opts to not call the play dead. He'll fix the net himself. Healy trying to get ahead, and it's poked back up to center that time from Carabetta. Carabetta shuffles it all the way back up to center. It's intercepted by Tomka, excuse me. And the Falcons will dump it back in off the 6 of Michael Backus. A lot of shots taken. Neither have found the opening to put a score through. Garfalo up to center, feeding it to Tomka with the dump in. Pattinson with the stop, allowing Purpura to try and make a move. A chance right in front for Tomka, and Pattinson luckily was able to see the opportunity that was in front for the offense and makes the save with 2:05 to go. Tomka nearly caught him sleeping there, but Pattinson, regaining his senses at the last moment, makes the stop. And off the face-off, Purpura. It's sent back in from Frateschi. A chance and a shot. Pattinson will make the stop again. As that time, that was the 6 of Tucker Cobury. Off the face-off at the top shelf. Sent back down from Frateschi to Cobury. Here, a good opportunity gets set. Garfalo, he took too much of a wind-up there. That was a moonshot hitting the ceiling. Salle opting to bring in a lot of their younger players into the matchup. They're really putting out all of the starting lineups for tonight. And we'll get another face-off. Frateschi at the top. He dumps it in. That time for Barbosa. Barbosa intercepted there by Michael Bacchus. Bacchus over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez crossing the blue line into the zone. He gets tied up. Frateschi trying to use the near boards to his advantage. Over to Barbosa through center. Barbosa navigating around defenders under the wickets of Purpura. Bradley trying to get around that time the 20 of Ryan Girardi, and we will get a whistle here. Penalty for a high stick. And that one going to be charged against the 20 of Ryan Girardi. I believe it's going to be Girardi going for a high stick. You could see it as Bradley showed some discomfort. Again, his head knocked back a little bit. So this penalty will last into the beginning of the second period. It's the second power play for the Rams tonight. This one deflecting off the glass back to center. Martinelli over to Garfalo. Tyler Garfalo back to Martinelli. Martinelli shuffling up for Bradley. Bradley has it dumped in. Pattinson to make the stop, and he opts to try and clear it himself, but his defense comes in for the help. Fox to clear it into the Rams side of the ice. Under a minute to go in the period, and not much time left for the Rams to make something happen. Up to center. Bradley trying to get ahead, or excuse me, that's the 8 of Peterson. And now Carabetta giving it off to Fox. Fox trying to lead a man a little bit, but Garfalo the first to make contact with the puck. Behind the box, a Pomfret. Garfalo. Tyler Garfalo crossing into the offensive zone, takes a chance, and Pattinson makes the save as he tried to sneak it into that corner between the glove side and the bar. 18 seconds to go, and we're still scoreless. Definitely a very surprising first period. We thought we'd see some scores, but these teams seem to be pretty dead even through one. And we'll definitely have to see what they have to show going into this second. Healy to Mora. Mora to McIntyre. McIntyre with the shot. Pomfret will make the save in the stomach. 11 seconds to go, and we'll do it all over again. And 59 seconds to go on this penalty. Barbosa takes a shuffling chance. It goes behind the box. Natali trying to gain some separation. Gets it to McIntyre. McIntyre deflects off the defender. One more chance, and they won't get it. After one, we're still scoreless, 0-0. It's been a tightly contested matchup here through one. And a penalty continuing into the second period with 48 seconds. We'll let these two teams talk some things over, and we'll be back in just a moment for the start of the second period here on Fans Only Sports Network.
And the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Dumps in, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Dumps in, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And the ball's loose. He'll cough it back.
And back for the second period. We are underway once again from Smithview Municipal Ice Rink, right here on Fans Only Sports Network. Rams take the possession first as they have the power play. Bradley crossing the blue line, and we'll get an obvious offsides. We had two of the Rams already across the blue line before Bradley could cross. So we'll have another face-off. 34 seconds to go on the penalty. And that was just a very measly mistake that shouldn't have been made. And we'll face off again at center. Frateschi, he gives it off that time to Martinelli. Rams onside this time as Martinelli tries to get around Porpora, and Porpora using that big body to shut the play down in the corner. Falcons were just trying to waste time, and waste time they have. Peterson trying to redirect with not much time left on the penalty to Martinelli at the top. Back down from Frateschi. Martinelli in the slot to Bradley, and Pattinson with the save. That was a very well-designed offensive attack. Bradley was shadowing the slot right there and got the one-timer, but Pattinson makes the key save. 6 seconds to go on this penalty. And that time Baxter giving it off to Frateschi. Down that time to Tasca. Tasca, this one over the top. The penalty expires. Frateschi with the dump in. Over to Baxter. It's a little too ahead, and Porpora takes full advantage up to center. Garfalo will dump it back in. Behind the net that time is Riscotti. The Rams poke it back in, and at center, here come the Falcons. Pratosh giving it off, and that time Garfalo takes it away. Back at center, it's dumped back in. Frateschi the first to make contact behind the cage of Pomfret. At that time, the 7 of Chris Fox came screaming in. Frateschi giving it off here. Robert Natali trying to scoot around, and it's poked away that time from Patton. Aiden Patton giving it off that time to Girardi. That one bouncing off of Pomfret with the save. That time giving it to Bogosian. And in front of the home bench, he's tied up by 2 defenders. And the Falcons managed to get possession of the puck one more time. Girardi clears it back to center. Bogosian trying to get around that time. Patton was right there in his face. And here comes Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez, a chance right in front, and Pomfret saw it from the beginning. Another one coming down. That time, shots from Patton and Girardi, and Ian Pomfret makes a great stop. And this puck's going to come all the way down. We'll get an icing. Wow, Ian Pomfret, he really showed off his talent on Monday. He's showing it off again here tonight. He will be the one to take over for Caleb Georgian next season, as Georgian is a senior this year. And he's showing off why he can definitely be a starter for this team in the future. Over to Martinelli behind the net. And nearly trapped down there by Purpura as Healy brings it up, and it's dumped in that time by Murphy. Pattinson giving it off to Girardi. And in the corner, Pacheco trying to feed it to Martinelli. The Falcons making haste to get it out of their zone. Lelko was the one to try and clear it, and Healy trying to chase it down. Girardi sends it back to the other side to Burke. Now through center, Lelko. Lelko gets it behind the net, and Pomfret will make the wise decision of gloving this one up. 12:02 to go. Let's get a word from tonight's game sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Joseph Lammy, 696 Reservoir Ave in Cranston, Rhode Island. For consultation and information, visit josephlammy.com. Joseph Lammy, attorney at law. And then finally by our Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For high school athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by visiting our Elite Recruits. Go to www.oureliterecruits.com to sign for more information. Tasca trying to feed it up that time as Peterson got tangled up. And now Ouellette sending in another chance that time. And Pattinson had to come all the way out of the box to make the save, as that time Bowden Tomka was getting in his face a bit. And the Falcons can breathe a sigh of relief right there. And this one shuffled back to center ice. Fox, Chris Fox has it poked away from Garfalo, but he'll dump it in. Hard check that time off of Sadak. Behind the cage, and we get a whistle. And we're going to get a penalty here. Looks like, believe it might have been for roughing, as the 9 of Mark Frateschi will hit the penalty box for the next 2 minutes. Neither side has been able to capitalize on a power play. We're still scoreless through 1.5 periods or so. And we'll see who will be able to come up with the first goal. This one brought all the way back to center. Patton giving it off that time to Rodriguez, who gives it back to Patton a little too far behind the neutral ice. And Bradley taking advantage of that mistake on the pass. However, Rodriguez will make up for it. That time Fox, and it's taken away. Fox, Chris Fox has Bradley on his tail. 7 versus 7, giving it off that time to Patton. Patton had to really maneuver the puck with his skates. Bradley pokes it away. PK unit being very aggressive, and here comes Big Tree with the shot and into the netting. 10:50 to go. Off the face-off in the near corner. It's taken away from Purpura. Purpura that time shuffling it over to Patton. Aiden Patton up to center to Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez cutting it inside. A good feed. The shot a little wide to the left of Pomfret from Bacchus. Rodriguez. Mora with the check. Pacheco, he sends that one out of play. And we'll get a stoppage, 10:51 to go. And they'll get set for the face-off. Rams come away with the wind, and they'll try and dump it away, but it's stopped by Purpura at the top. Purpura over to Girardi. Girardi, it deflects off of Pacheco, and it's taken away there by the 18 of Burke. And taken away here. Pacheco feeding it off that time. Trying to get to Healy, and it bounces off of Pattinson, who makes a tough save with under 30 seconds to go on the power play. The Rams' PK unit has been electric in these last 2 minutes. And this one given off that time to Girardi. Girardi feeding it to Purpura. Purpura takes a shot. Pomfret deflected off the pads, and he makes the save. .11 seconds to go on the power play. Behind the net. The Rams clear it one more time, and that one more time will allow them to get back to full strength. In the near corner, or the near side board. Trying to take it away is Peterson. Peterson playing poke check game a lot here, and this one dumped away. Taken away by Barbosa as he dumps it into the zone. Bradley giving it off to Garfalo. Garfalo wide to the left. Ferteschi trying to get on the fun. He takes it away, and it's bounced off the off the protective glass, but they'll call it out of play. .8:56 to go in the second. And 2 minutes on the board now for the Rams as they go on the power play. Garfalo. Tyler Garfalo off that time. Chance, a shot, wide open lane for Ferteschi, and he missed the opportunity. The puck's cleared back to center. Wide open left side of the net. And it was just a missed opportunity there. We're still scoreless. Falcons clear this puck again. Marciello Martinelli around the backside. Ferteschi up to center. Ferteschi trying to lead it ahead, and the Falcons, Bradley, and we get a whistle. A minute and 22 seconds to go, and we get an offsides. On the face-off, back to the near side. Garfalo dumps it in. Pattinson, he'll stop it down with the stick, but it's immediately taken away by the Rams. That was a very risky opportunity, and we'll get the play to stop as the puck was trapped in the net. 1:11 to go on penalties. As we hit the midway point of the second period. Taken away here by the Falcons. Bradley shuffles it to Martinelli to Garfalo. Garfalo goes under the skates that time, and it's taken away by Rodriguez. Pomfret setting up Garfalo with Patton right behind him. Garfalo under a minute to go as he takes it across center ice. Garfalo Wraps around back the opposite way. That time, the Rams will take possession. Garfalo over to Ferteschi. Ferteschi down to Martinelli. Martinelli cutting it back up towards center. That time a chance and a shot bouncing off of Pattinson, and we'll get a whistle as Peterson took the puck away. And then that came off the moorings in that sequence. 30 seconds to go. And 7:24 left to go in the second period. And we'll get a face-off. In that far corner. It's back up, stopped right at the blue line. Coming down hard, trying to get set is Healy. It bounces off the glove of Pattinson, still in play. Rams keep it in the zone. Send another one down, and the Falcons clear it back up to center. Mora took a chance. Pattinson coming up strong. Pattinson and Pomfret playing unbelievable tonight. Stellar performances on both ends. Healy taking it across. He keeps it on side just barely. Healy up to the top shelf to Mora. Mora to McIntyre. McIntyre sends one down, and then the 10 of Griffin Mansk will patrol it up to center. Giving off to Backus. Whole lot of players there as Mora knocks it away. The Falcons back to full strength. Barbosa at center. Barbosa, he's only got one man to beat. Barbosa giving it off to the tally, and another save from Pattinson. Up to center. Fed over that time to the 8 of Owen Lelko. Lelko, it hits the back of his own player, and the Rams come up with it. Peterson. Up to center. Ronan Peterson. Sends one off of Pattinson. Puck was dangling right in front of the net, and the Falcons send it away again. Garfalo trying to chase it down, and it'll go back up to Tomka. It's poked free right at Pomfret that time from Fox, but a little too lazy as it goes past the net. Pattinson to stop it down quickly, as that time Girardi had Tomka right on his back. Santos trying to get in to help, and now here comes Fox. Chris Fox trying to regain his bearings as he gets around Garfalo. Fox getting tripped up on the ice. And a chance right in front, the shot off of Pomfret's shins. And we get a stoppage of play as we have a player down. That's the 15 of Marcielo Martinelli. And he's a little shaken up, but he appears to be okay. And we await the face-off. Was stuck for a moment right at the face-off dot. It comes back to center. Big Tree trying to get ahead of the puck, but the Falcons take advantage. Backus, Michael Backus takes a shot wide to the right of Pomfret. Another one coming down, bounced off of Pomfret's stick into the netting as Purpura took the chance, but another save. We'll get another face-off down in that face-off circle. Off the face-off. Shuffle to Barbosa. At center, Bradley trying to get ahead. Bradley gets ahead. Chance, backhanding chance. He'll bring it back down as it went over the top of the net. Off to Peterson. Peterson behind the cage. Peterson trying to gain advantage. A nice back check. Girardi getting tied up. Peterson navigating through traffic. Needs to find the open lane, gets it to Bradley at the top. That time to Bogosian. Bogosian takes a chance. It bounces off the defender, but Peterson will take it away. Barbosa trying to gain help. Behind the back to Barbosa. That time Purpura in on defense there. And we're going to get a whistle here. Penalty coming, and it's going to go against the Falcons. Looks like it's going to be for a trip. So the Rams will go on another power play. We still haven't even seen a goal scored in this one, as the trip is going to be charged to the 2 of Jack Purpura, who you can see on your screen there getting into the penalty box. 4:18 to go and 2 minutes to go on the penalty. A chance for LaSalle to break through on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. Frateschi to Martinelli. Back to Frateschi. Back to Martinelli. Martinelli, one-timer for Garfalo. It hits off the glass. Shuffling it back down to Garfalo. Or excuse me, Tasca. Tasca to Garfalo. Martinelli. Garfalo, a hard slap shot. Bradley trying to make up. Back to Garfalo. They'll try again. To Bradley. Big Tree Bradley taking a chance and a save. Bradley was like, are you kidding me? Holding that stick over his head. What is going to give? Something's got to give for either one of these teams to break through. But nonetheless, it's been a very entertaining, narrow matchup. Both these teams playing very dead even, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very unbelievable performance we're seeing from both sides. Garfalo to Frateschi. Frateschi to Garfalo. Garfalo back to Frateschi at the point. To Garfalo, waiting for the opening, trying to take the chance, and Pattinson will make another save. With 3:23 to go in the second period and 1:07 left on the penalty. Off the face-off, back to Garfalo. Garfalo over to Martinelli, back to Garfalo at the point. Garfalo, glove save once again from Pattinson. 58 seconds to go on this power play. This is probably the best power play advantage the Rams have had all game. The Falcons appear to be on their heels on their PK unit. Again, some fresh skaters out now for this face-off. But it's a good chance here, as the Rams have not let it escape the zone once. Garfalo back down to Martinelli. And the Falcons, I jinxed it as Patton dumps it away. Garfalo has to take the puck out as time is being wasted. A great move by Aiden Patton to apply some pressure. And Frateschi pokes it back up to Bradley. Back to him. Frateschi. Mark Frateschi takes it deep into the zone. Frateschi has Girardi on his back. He'll give it off. Trying to get set up is Peterson to Garfalo. Back to Peterson before he escapes the zone. Martinelli to Garfalo. Not much time, a little wide of the net. And it stays in play. Dumped back behind the cage. Girardi, and he sends this one into the LaSalle bench with 4 seconds to go on the power play. They've taken chances, they've taken shots, but Brett Pattinson, and even to his credit, Ian Pomfret, neither one have allowed a goal through. Both sides have put up a ton of shots on net, but it's just been a battle of the goaltenders. Which one is going to blink first? Clock ticking down. Falcons back to full strength. Bogosian, it escapes the zone as Baxter had to take it away. McIntyre over to Bogosian, and Bogosian will give it back up to Baxter. Matt Baxter Crossing the line, a chance, a little wide as Natali sent a rocket down. Another one from Bogosian. It finds the back of the net, shot, score! The Rams break through first. Give credit to the goal to the 17 of Matthew Baxter as Baxter puts the Rams up first. Late in the second, 1-0 the score. Something had to give, and the Rams finally found the levee that broke. The weak link in the chain, and the Rams break through first late in the second period on the scoreboard. Off the face-off win, Bogosian tries to send it back up to center. Cam Tasca feeds it up to center, and McIntyre with the dump in. Pattinson to trap this one down behind the net. Assisted by number 20, Cam Tasca, and the 4 of Paul Bogosian. Natali trying to set them up for a 2-0 lead, but they'll settle for a 1-0 lead, I'd imagine. Bogosian coming with another one down off of Pattinson. Natali couldn't see the puck cleanly, but Martinelli will dump it back in. Ouellette trying to get it over that time to Rodriguez. Ouellette will take it again, this time to the 9 of Liam Spring. And now back up to Bacchus. Patton over to Bacchus. Back in the opposite way to Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez trying to maneuver. A hard hit from Martinelli. And no call from the refs. Hard shot off of Pomfret that time from the 20 of Girardi. Another one coming at Pomfret. A chance for Girardi, and he couldn't find the hole. Tasca has a wide open lane. It's closing quickly, so he'll pull off. Tasca, a good feed right in front for Murphy. Or Pacheco. Pacheco up to Frateschi. Frateschi sends one down off of Pattinson. Murphy to Tasca. Or excuse me, Murphy. Pacheco. Connor Pacheco has it taken away, and back up to center comes Rodriguez with not much time remaining. Murphy brings the puck across. Frateschi. A good chance to set one up. Healy makes the save as Pattinson. As Vinny Healy was knocking on the doorstep. Wow, we could have just seen a 2-0 lead at the end. But we'll have to settle for the score now. After 2, your score of 1-0. The LaSalle Academy Rams leading the Xavier High School Falcons. A very thrilling non-league matchup tonight. A clean game of hockey, a very narrow game of hockey. We're going to take a break here while that Zamboni works its magic on the floor. You're watching Fans Only Sports Network's live coverage once again between the LaSalle Academy Rams and the Xavier High School Falcons. Score 1-0 as the Falcons trail the Rams. We'll be back in just a moment.
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Comes in, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Comes in, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown!
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose! He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown!
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose! He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown!
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose! He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown!
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose! He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown!
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose! He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown!
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose! He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown!
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no rebound!